Could the Toronto Maple Leafs miss the postseason? That is our first topic of conversation here on the 5-minute edition of Power Plays, powered by FanDuel. Carlo, FanDuel, a virtual draw here as far as the odds, make or miss for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Where do you stand?
You know, it's hard to believe that 17 games into a season we're having this conversation about the Maple Leafs, but clearly FanDuel is concerned because they put these odds out there. I am still in the favor that the Maple Leafs will find a way to make this playoffs because their early season struggles have been highlighted by very average goaltending and very average defensive play. And you look at the state of the Eastern Conference, there is a lot of parity early on in the season, so there really isn't that separation between very good and very bad teams. Yeah, are the Maple Leafs in a slump? No one's hiding that. But if the Maple Leafs can get 900 save percentage in goaltending, try to limit their goals against, clean up their defense, there's still a lot of time to figure this out, and I believe that the Maple Leafs have too good of a roster not to be a team that we're talking about not making the playoffs. So I'm fully in the boat that they're still going to turn things around and make the playoffs.
Well, let's talk about the Maple Leafs goaltending, in particular Anthony Stolarz, who has really struggled so far this season. Do you think there is buyer's remorse for the Maple Leafs who gave him a 4-year extension this summer?
No, absolutely not. I think that's a massive overreaction to have. I think it's a proper reaction to have that he has clearly struggled this season. Anthony Stolarz was great last year because he provided trust in the group in front of him, knowing that if they made a mistake, he'd make the save. I mean, he operated last year at a .926 save percentage. He's playing at an .875 save percentage. That's not going to cut it for anybody playing in net. And I really do believe Anthony Stolarz is having big regrets of the comments he made about his own players and his own team, because since then, he hasn't really lived up to the bill with his own performance. Since he made those comments, he is in the league worst goals against average and save percentage. So you wonder how much those comments have affected his own play. Clean up his play, clean up his goaltending, and maybe Joseph Woll, his return, can help provide that for him.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say. Easing the burden on Stolarz may really help him find his form once again. Let's shift our focus to the Montreal Canadiens, where Ivan Demidov got a look on the top line with Suzuki and Caulfield. Is that a trio you could see sticking together?
Yeah, I absolutely do believe we can see it stick together. And Marty St. Louis has had experience with this exact same situation playing with Lane Hudson last year, where you had a young, promising prospect come in. You didn't give him everything right in the beginning. You sort of put him in a situation he can get comfortable in, and you allowed his play to determine where he would ultimately play. And Ivan Demidov is one of the most skilled players on the Montreal Canadiens, and you want him playing with your best players. And the play of Slavkovsky lately has opened up that door. But in a recent move where they moved Demidov to the top power play unit, it's actually helped catapult their power play unit to be one of the best power play units in the league so far since he's been moved there. So who's to say that line can't be the top line in the league if Demidov gets there? So I like the move. I think it was an experimental move. We'll see how long it lasts.
Let's talk about Canada at the Olympic Games. Been so much talk about the progress of Macklin, Celebrini, and Connor Bedard so far in this NHL season. Is there a world in which both could represent Canada in Milan in February?
Absolutely. Why not? I mean, if these players deserve to be there, why not choose both of them? Because clearly with the way they're playing this season, both top 5 in NHL scoring, we have to sometimes pinch ourselves and look at the standing and say, both Celebrini and Bedard are top 5 in NHL scoring this year. They are earning the right to be selected for that team. Now, do I think both of them are going to make it? No, I still think only one of them going to make it, and I would lean Celebrini, but both of them have definitely earned the right to be selected for that roster.
Man, it would be so fun to see both Celebrini and Bedard representing Canada at the Olympic Games. Well, a guy I am certain will be representing Canada is Nathan MacKinnon. What a start for his Colorado Avalanche. What is the better bet, MacKinnon to win the Hart Trophy or the Avalanche to win the President's Trophy?
I think both are great bets right now, because if MacKinnon has a Hart Trophy season, that means he's going to be helping the Colorado Avalanche win a lot of games. But if I was to pick one, I'd go MacKinnon Hart, because it's an individual-driven trophy. And you look at that season, he started off with 32 points in 17 games. It just seems like a multi-point effort for this guy every game. And I don't see that stopping because, he's got McDavid, Draisaitl, and Kucherov all in the rearview mirror right now chasing him. And That's got to be self-motivating for him. I know he's won it before, and who's to say he won't want to win it again? So both are providing great value, but if I was to choose one, I'd go McKinnon leading the way.
McKinnon and the Avs are a wagon. So are you, my friend, here on Power Plays, powered by FanDuel.